Peace and blessings, family. This is Ubria, and I am back with another reading. This might resonate with you or with someone in your energy. You will receive valuable insight either way. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. So this is kind of a two-part message. And the first part of the message, I'm just going to get it out of the way because it feels a little painful. So this could be a conversation that you're having with someone and you want to give them the bad news first, or you want to receive the bad news first. But I do feel like there is a loss of a pregnancy. Yeah, this could have been something that happened in the past, or this could be something that is currently happening or will happening. But I do see the loss of a pregnancy. It seems like someone is kind of insensitive about it. Even if this is not about the loss of a pregnancy, you could just be having a conversation with someone in where you have maybe bad news, or you have things going on in your life that are very real things that are maybe stressful or disappointing. And there's someone in your energy who, like I said, is being kind of insensitive and not necessarily trying to be, but it's that they have, I feel like maybe you usually excuse this person, and this time you're not going to excuse this person because there's really no way to look at this except insensitivity. So I feel like you're going to meet somebody's energy and then they're going to be sensitive because they're going to be like, damn, really? That's how you feel? And you're going to be like, yeah, that is how I feel because you're insensitive as fuck. So basically this reading is about a lack of growth. Now that could be in a bunch of different ways. That could be a miscarriage or pregnancy does not continue to grow, but that could also be a person who is immature and they are not growing. They should be growing and they're not growing. And there's something to here about whether or not something is growing, you have to move on. You need to do what you need to do anyway. This is something that you can't coddle. It's insalvageable. It's not something that you can fix, put it that way. So whether it's a miscarriage, whether it's somebody that's just an asshole, whether it's somebody who needs to grow the fuck up, in all of those kinds of ways, this is something that you can't fix and you're going to have to move on from it. I feel like this is also very disappointing because this person could have specifically known that you have been disappointed before. And so they could have asked you to have faith in them. And you tried to, but I feel like something isn't working out. This could also be someone who's kind of controlling. Somebody could like start shit with you to then piss you off so that they can then match your energy, so that they can control the energy. And I feel like that somebody is like this, that somebody does this and it stresses you out. There's also like extreme impulsivity here. Whoever this is you're dealing with, that they're impulsive. That they're immature. These are things you already know. So in whatever way you're feeling disappointment, I feel like this reading is reminding you that you already knew that this was a possibility because you know the nature of the person or situation that you're dealing with. I just heard be realistic, like be real. That could also be, so on the flip side, you could have someone giving you real talk. You could have someone being very realistic with you, and maybe you want to be more optimistic, imaginative, dreamy. You want to see something that ain't there, pretty much. And I feel like that's what someone is telling you, and you could feel like they're insensitive for telling you that. Like if you want something to be there, if you want something and you've hoped for it and you've prayed for it and you've blessed it and you've raised it, or whatever, you want it to be a certain way and it isn't going that way. And I feel like somebody is just being very straight up with you and very blunt with you about that. So you could feel like that person is insensitive to how badly you want something to happen, but they could just feel like it's not going to happen. Yeah, somebody feels like something's just not going to happen. So you need to just feel the way you feel about this. And I feel like too, there's this sense of if something can't happen, if something is not going to happen, and you feel like someone is being insensitive, perhaps it is that you just want them to give you some empathy. You just want them to feel that way with you. Like maybe you're like, I understand what this is. I understand that this can be what it is. or what I want it to be, but like, why aren't you sad too? Can you be sad too? Can you understand that I'm sad? Can you be sad that I'm sad? Can you be disappointed that I'm disappointed? And if something like that does come out, you might need to have an argument, low key. Like, you might need to say some things that you would not ordinarily say. Because I feel like you're stoic, the person you're in a relationship with, or whoever this is, whatever situation that you're dealing with, everybody's stoic. Everybody keeps their feelings to themselves. So when there is a reciprocity of feelings, like when your feelings get too full and you have to explain your feelings to someone else, their feelings are also full and they need to release their feelings too. And so nobody has space for the other person's feelings. So there's that. There could be a need, like people are being insensitive, I feel like, because they need to process some things on their own. That's really what it is. No, you have to get to the point where like when your feelings get too full that you don't just give them to the other person, that you process them, you pour them out. If you need to cry, then you gotta cry. If you need to yell, then you gotta yell, but like not at someone. You have to figure out a way to transmute your energy in a way that doesn't like spill over on people. And if you do that, that could be, you know, people could be looking at you as like you're immature or you're impulsive. And it could be that you're not immature or impulsive at all, but that you don't know how to process your feelings. That is something that you've maybe never learned how to do. And you don't know how to trust people with your feelings. I feel like that's it too. Somebody could feel like you could have been told me that, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm just getting there. Like, how many times do we have to go through this? How many times do I have to tell you? But then like, someone could be trying to tell you that they're there for you, that they love you, or you could be saying that to someone else, but it's so stern that it is hard to receive. So yeah, this is all the things. Your feelings are hard to give. Everybody's full. They don't have space for feelings. When you thrust your love at people, when you shoot people with your love bullets, they bleed. You know, it's like, no matter what the motivation is, it's like the delivery matters. The delivery is very important in this situation. People are very sensitive in this situation. And yeah, I don't know. I ain't got no advice, man. I think I'm just telling you what it is. And I feel like that's the thing. That could be what you're telling someone. Like, I don't have any advice. I'm just telling you what it is. Or somebody could be telling you that at the end of the day. Like, that's the bottom line. And so this conversation won't be productive in any way right now. People need to go to their own corners and process things on their own. All right. I'm talking to y'all later. That stressed me out.